People of Duloc, welcome to another Forza 6 video. Something very interesting to show today. Yesterday there was an update on the Xbox One for Forza Motorsport 6 and it was only 100 megabytes, so everyone was curious why such a small update was needed, and here we can see why. It's a new HUD display on the Spectator mode for multiplayer, so we can see that there's track and ribbon names, lap counts, position changes, which you're able to decide from multiple features such as time intervals, distance gaps, distance from the leader, time behind the leader, as well as the all-important grid changes. So I think it's an amazing feature and long overdue. It's something that Turn 10 has got criticism for quite a while, probably since the game even came out, but it piled on even more in the forums once ESL began with the Forza RC series, and it's nice to know that we're going to be able to see some of this for the Forza RC Season 2 finale, which happens on December the 11th. So at the moment you can see, actually in a private lobby, a bunch of GTR guys, Harmonic, ForceOne. We was all just messing around in a private lobby, and I thought, why not test it out? And it looks really slick, it's really clean. I feel like it's not too confusing. Some criticisms would probably be the fact that the information like criteria, be it like with distance gaps and time intervals, they keep transitioning from one to another. You can't keep it fixed on one. Other than that, it's not too bad. Further improvements would probably be that you could see this on save replays. Unfortunately you can't, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, and we have to be thankful for what we have. It's a brilliant addition anyway, and I think it's really going to help from now on when it comes to Twitch streaming and any other type of events that go on, because it's always been such a struggle for casters to try and make this game look serious when they have to provide all the graphics themselves, which is it's a very hard thing to do on something like Twitch. So now that the game actually facilitates that itself, it's just going to make it a lot easier on the eye. I don't know about you, but I think it looks damn good, and like just to see a lap count, like let alone everything else, is really nice. So yeah, anywho, I just wanted to show this little clip. And what do you know, we've even got pit cameras now. Oh my lord. We're cutting out to Harmonic, coming at the end of lap 2, going into lap 3. Simply because Moshi's was ahead of him and we knew Harmonic was going to try and updo him, so we was like, oh, let's see what happens if Moshi goes in a bit, and Harmonic catches him. And that was pretty much history. Harmonic went on to do some flying laps. Moving on, it is race time. We're at Nürburgring GP in the Corvette C7R, all again in stock. So as we can see, there's 8 of us now. We've got a few more people involved, and we're coming around turn 1, so we're all going to take it super easy, all trying to avoid each other. I'm riding without TCS, so I'm being very sceptical about how much footwork I'm going to apply down. I have a little bit of contact with Brixie, but thankfully nothing serious. Of course, ForceOne just in front of me. We're coming around turn 3. I figured that I'd like to do a cheeky move on him right here. I'll go for a dive, but he cuts me off, which, you know, it was very well done. At this point I figured, if most people are in TCS and I'm not, I may as well just try and mimic someone like ForceOne, because I know he very rarely uses it, if not ever. So I thought, let's just try and mimic his moves. There's a little bit of contact there. We have Blaze and Pedro have a little kerfuffle around that turn, and that gives me and ForceOne a nice little jump of 2 positions each. However, I lost a little bit of space from ForceOne just by trying to dodge everything. Thankfully I managed to keep everything tight, and you know, we've come now to halfway around the circuit. I've got Brixie right behind me. We're approaching the Schumacher S. I'm not too sure what the best line is for this. I do think you actually have to drive over them curves. It's a massive gamble of whether you spin the car out or not. So either way, I made it through in one piece. And ForceOne there, I believe he has Tiski in front of him. Harmonic will be there as well, and GTR Moshes. So they've got a good 200 to 300 feet on me at the moment. Can I catch up to them? That's something that I'm going to be praying for throughout the duration of this race. I'm not exactly good in modern GT, but I figured with the traffic it would give me an opportunity to jump up a little bit. As you can see, I've actually made a little bit of ground after that final chicane. And we cut forward into the second lap. I've closed in on Tiski, who conceded a position to ForceOne. ForceOne, he's probably like the second or third fastest in this lobby behind Harmonic, so I figured it'll probably be a tussle-up between ForceOne and Moshi's around this track, because I know Moshi loves the Corvette. So we have Blaze. He does a nice overtake on me through an undercut. I figured he was faster than me, but I could try and challenge him. So have a quick little look at telemetry, because Tiski put sim damage on, being the sly bugger that he is, and I figured I may be red banging quite a bit. I get a bit too much wheel spin on here. I applied the throttle way too early. We cut a lap forward, still the same distance behind Blaze and Tiski. Tiski makes a little bit of a mistake, so do I, on the Schumacher S, but thankfully I actually get the better run out of it, so I overtake him. And we cut to the final chicane. This is a place that I really struggle with in any class. I find it very difficult to take it fast. Tiski actually made up a lot of ground on me there, but he had to brake quite a lot to avoid contact with me. We cut to lap 5. I'm still, you know, Blaze has made a little bit more ground, probably another 50 feet on me, but I figured that's okay. At some point I'll find my groove. Tiski, he's still right behind me, so I'm having to be very wary. I'm typically someone who does better as time goes on and tyre wear go on, but like beyond 20 to 30% wear. That's usually where I shine. I took that corner all sorts of wrong, nearly gave the position away to Tiski, but I closed the door on him. I get back to the Schumachers and I try and just bomb it through, touching the curbs, going side to side, and I managed to make a bit more ground, so at least I had some breathing space there. Cut to lap 7, we're past the halfway point now. Tiski's took his pick because he figured that he could go faster than me, and I thought, well, I'm going to keep on chasing Blaze. Blaze is probably the one for me that I would want to be challenging by the end of this race, so hopefully I could just learn enough of this track and then try and catch up to him. So yeah, there is a modest distance and I'm still struggling to try and get this right, and bang, I just completely botched the chicane by hitting that wall. I was 3 tenths off as well, which was annoying. It would have been nice to set a faster time. But cut to lap 8 and Blaze took a very poor turn there on the right hander. He's gone super wide, nearly completely submerged himself in the sand. That gives me the opportunity to run by it, and I thought, well, I'm going to take it. I certainly made a joke when we was in the chat about it. So yeah, we come up to the chicane. I figured he was going to be right up my rear end here, because I'm just really poor at it. And just as I suspected, he's now going to take the pit because he wants to try and outdo me. So I figured, okay then, let's see if I can run a good lap or two. Because even if I just do one good lap, then it's worth it. So we come to the next lap, and I'm only 2 tenths down on my fastest time. Coming up to the chicanes, let's see if I can bomb it past. Oh no, I can't, no. I hit the wall like the perfect noob that I am, and that's probably cost me a good second or two at least. So took the pit, jumped out of the pit, and we see Blaze. He saw him, like, he's gonna creep by. I was hoping that I could just block him off, but I'm just thankful that I didn't actually lose too much space from him. You know, it only created really like a 50-foot difference between the pair of us. So I come chasing him turn after turn after turn after turn. Nothing changes. We go a similar pace, and then we cut to the chicanes at the end of lap 12, and I take it okay, but then I run in the fucking grass just because I love gardening so much. So come to the final lap, I'm still behind Blaze, and he goes a bit wide on the hairpin. That gives me a better run up, so I'm able to stay very much on his tail. We cut back to the chicanes. I was hoping to bomb it through here to get an opportunity, but you know, that was still one of my better executions, but I just couldn't do anything about it. So we cut to the end, and I figured if I can't catch him in the race, I'll catch him afterwards. So I'll just give him a nice little love tap. But all in all, that was a very good race. We have Harmonic with a 158, which was just disgusting. Then we had ForceOne with a 159, and then we have everyone else with 2 minutes. I know Blaze went faster, but I was just stopping him get the clean lap. But other than that, it was a really good race.